Welcome back to another episode of the Eagle Time podcast, where we dive into the heart of Rodriguez Prep Academy and explore the incredible talents of our student body. Today's episode is extra special because we're breaking down the walls between two unique electives at our school, art and band. Get ready for a vibrant mix of creativity and melody as we chat with some of the incredible students from two very different types of artistic expression.
We're your hosts,
Parker,
Janelle, Sophia, Abraham, and we'll be getting into the episode, so buckle up, Rodriguez Eagles. This episode will be a sensory explosion of artistic vision and musical passion. Let's now see how these two seemingly different worlds collide and create something truly unique at Rodriguez Prep Academy.
On the artistic side, we'll be meeting some of our PA's artistic talents who will tell us about their favorite mediums, dream, art projects, and how they express themselves through art.
And representing the musicians, we have students ready to share their experiences about learning instruments, the power of teamwork in music, and maybe even dropping a few behind-the-scene secrets from the band practice.
we're here today interviewing the artists in the school. Can you please say your name?
Susanna, Emily,
Xavier. What's your favorite type of art to make?
I like doing still life of people. I like to capture how people, how they look when they're sitting still or when they're doing something natural.
Sure.
I like capturing angles, whether it's of animals, backgrounds, human, just in general.
I like drawing superheroes and like anatomy, but I like drawing monsters and stuff sometimes.
Have you ever faced creative block? And how do you pass it and finish? Oh, and find inspiration in them.
Me?
Yeah.
I do face art block a lot. When I'm drawing and I don't know what to draw, it's a very common issue. And I just think of like the craziest idea and just put it together to create like any random monster. Because when it comes to monsters, when you're drawing, you can't draw them wrong because all of them are unique.
Can you give me an example of like a crazy idea that could be turned into a monster?
Like just think of a guy, he has two arms coming out of his ears, like holding eyeballs. Like it's weird. You can't mess up because either way it's gonna look wacky.
Yeah.
Describe a piece of art you're proud of and why it holds special meaning.
One piece of art I'm proud of is a drawing of my dad because it was one of the first still lifes that I ever did, and I thought it came out really good, and I was proud of it because of the amount of detail I put into it. I would say my most recent charcoal drawing because I took sort of an inspiration from one of my most recent shows that I've watched. It was of a dragon, and I'm actually quite proud of it because I spent a lot of my effort and time on it.
Mine would probably have to be one of my most recent drawings. It's a big monster in the woods. I just put 2 dots of Sharpie for the eyes and just drew from there. I like it a lot because it has a lot of detail and I express I show a lot of detail with pen rather than pencil.
All right.
What advice would you give to someone just starting out making art?
Just go with what you like and other people's opinion. Sometimes they can be important or sometimes it can just be to put you down. I think sometimes when someone is telling you a flaw about your drawing and telling you how to make it better, you should sometimes listen to it, but you don't have to listen to it all the time because your art is your own. Yeah, I agree. So don't compare yourself to others because each person has their own unique like drawing style. And like she said, you can or can't take advice from like older artists. But like I would just say keep practicing and like stay focused and continue drawing no matter how bad you think it looks.
Some advice I would give to a first time artist is your first drawing is gonna suck. So is the second one, third one, maybe the next 10. But no matter how bad it's gonna look, the more you draw and the more you practice, you develop the skill over time. It doesn't just come naturally. And if you don't draw, then you won't get better. So with practice and time, you'll develop the skill.
How does art help you express yourself?
I'd like to say it shows what I'm into and the types of things that catch my attention.
Yes.
And yeah, it just shows what I like and stuff.
I would say it can kind of reflect what I'm feeling that day, like, or maybe the types of music I listen to, because sometimes I take inspiration from music. But yeah, I just base mine off whatever my surroundings are and how I'm feeling inside.
If I'm feeling nervous, I'll draw, or whatever emotion. If I feel happy, I'll draw like superheroes. If I'm feeling nervous or scared, I'll draw monsters. And like Emily, I take inspiration from the song I'm listening to motivate me for my drawing.
What is your favorite thing about your art elective class?
My favorite thing about my art elective is how we get to use different tools. I can learn to paint with watercolor or draw with charcoal and pencil, and the different art utensils that you use to draw really affects how the final product looks.
What artist or artwork inspires you the most, and what can you learn from their style or technique?
There's this, I think, Russian artist. I don't know his name, but he does surreal art. And surreal art is, like I said, wacky, crazy ideas that you draw and put together. I'm very inspired by that because I love surreal art, and I think it amazes me, how his art looks. And I take inspiration because I like to draw just weird stuff. I have a drawing. There's like a guy with a spiral in his face, and like
Very cool.
like he has 4 teeth. He kind of looks like a skeleton. It doesn't look normal, and it's not real, but it's surreal, and that's what makes it unique.
Yeah, it looks cool, basically. What about you, T?
I didn't really have a lot of people to inspire me, but I'd say the number one would be my sister, actually, because I took a lot of my art and based it off her. And I would like to see what she would draw and stuff. So, if anything, she was my biggest inspiration.
Yeah, I would say the same thing. Me and my sister are pretty close, and sometimes at night we have drawing competitions, basically, where we pick a subject and we draw the best we can. And we don't really like compete, but it's always fun to see how others draw and how their creativity is.
Are there any misconceptions about your art form, and do you want to clarify?
What are misconceptions?
Things people get wrong. And edit.
In my art style, it consists of a lot of details, and a lot of the details only I can see them because I'm the person who created the art. So when I'm showing a person a drawing, they really like take it for granted because they only see like the big picture. But if you look closely, you'll miss a lot of details in my art.
Yeah, mine's the same thing as Xavier because I'm the one drawing it. I see the finer details of what it's supposed to be, but usually a lot of other people don't understand it until I have to explain it to them.
What would you like to see more of in your art elective?
Me, I want to see a lot of, what is it called? Ceramics. I want to experiment with modeling with clay, and like just creating people and objects, because I think that can help me expand my art just from the paper to actually creating stuff in real life.
Yeah, basically the same thing as him.
Me personally, I like doing the still lives simply because it gives me like an already given inspiration for like things you can take for granted just in the place around you.
Imagine you had a superpower that was related to art. What would they be, and how would you use them?
Creating based off my head because I'll have a lot of great ideas, but
sometimes I realize that I don't have like enough. I'm not good at a certain part to draw what I imagine. So like being able to create things that I think of would honestly be awesome for my art.
Yeah.
Me personally, it's not really a power, but if I had the ability to give people like inspiration and motivation to draw, I would definitely do that because I think art is a great way to express yourself and how you're feeling.
If I had an ability that related to art, it would be to draw realistic because my art style consists of like weird creatures, and I'm kind of stuck in that art style. I can't like exit it. I can't draw realistic or other stuff like that.
So you don't like your current art style?
I like
or-
my art style, but it's all I can do. I can't expand. I can't do realistic. It's only like line work.
What is your favorite thing about your art elective class?
I'm gonna have to say the final projects because for our final projects we can draw anything we want. There's no limits versus when we're doing still lights when you position like objects and you have to draw it. It's very limited. You have to draw what's there. You can't put imagination, creativity. And then if you look at the final result of everybody's drawings, it all looks the same. It's all just the same objects versus when we're allowed to draw whatever we want. Everybody has their own unique style and taste of showing who they are in their art.
For me, I would say it's the process of learning new things, and also our teacher, Miss Klingon Smith, is a very nice person. She's actually from too.
My favorite thing is also the final concept art because you get to draw what you want instead of what you're forced to draw. And you can express yourself and draw what you like instead of the requirements of the class.
What role does collaboration and teamwork play in your art class?
Teamwork plays a big role. I have my friend Jose. He sits next to me in art. He struggles a lot with drawing, and even though it's funny, I still help him out, and I help as I'm improving with my art, and he's improving too. When I help him with his assignments.
Teamwork for me in art is usually like at the end of the day, I'm usually pretty tired or I don't even feel like drawing. But because some of my friends are in that class, they usually like cheer me up and change my mood. So when it comes to drawing, I feel like a lot better because I usually feel a lot more energetic after talking with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say about the same thing. Talking to the peers around me can help motivate me to draw and have fun at the same time.
Do you think art should be required in a subject in all schools? Why or why not?
I don't think so because art is something that you have to be passionate about to enjoy. And forcing something like that onto other people, I feel like it would get people to hate art rather than love it and experience it on their own.
Yeah, I would say about the same thing. Yeah, because giving people free choice will help them like express themselves more instead of just like, oh, I have to do this. I have no choice. So I don't think it should be.
I don't think art should be required. Art, like Susie said, you have to be passionate about it. You have to love it. You have to enjoy it. If you're forced to do art, you're never gonna like it, and your imagination won't wander as it would if you love art.
What piece of advice would you give your younger self about finding your artistic voice?
Don't compare yourself to everything you see or everyone you see because everyone's at a different level and that could really mess you up on continuing art.
I would say to my younger self that inspiration isn't just from your mind. You can look around your surroundings and find inspiration from around the place.
I would say don't stop drawing because if you put the pencil down and you just don't draw, you'll lose a lot of skill and experience. And now I've been carrying my sketchbook around with me more often and I could watch myself improve versus back then I didn't draw as much and it was only like on the side and doodles, and now I can express it more and look at my progress.
Have you ever experimented on your art style or like done something new before?
Yeah, constantly. I always experiment with my art style to see how much I can improve or how much I can go off from my original art.
I would say since I draw a lot of fan art, I would say that my style is kind of on the run sometimes. So it changes from time to time, but I like to keep what I think is my art style there, even if it's like not really my character. So
I stopped drawing superheroes and creatures for a while, and I explored anatomy of the male and female anatomy, and I helped myself discover that I was able to draw stuff I didn't know I was able to draw before.
Alright. Does your art elective connect to other subjects you're learning?
I would say that things you can learn from other classes, like say history, like you can learn about history of, let's say, Rome, and you can like inflict that on your art with things that you learned.
I would say math because when it comes to taking measurements on having drawing being a certain way, so it takes a lot of measurements and some mathematics to get it done.
I would agree with Susie because I do use math when I'm drawing, when I'm looking at reference and trying to recreate it in my sketchbook. I would catch myself like using ratios and measuring to the image and then how big it would look in my sketchbook to actually capture what I'm trying to draw.
Have you ever told a story with your drawings? And could you give an example?
Yeah. My grandpa, he came over one time when he was a boy. He would go to movie theaters in Mexico because he didn't have enough money to go buy tickets, so he would sneak in with friends. And one time when he was coming home from a movie theater, he saw this tall light. It was like 8 feet tall or 9 feet. It was just a light. And the closer he walked, he saw it was just a guy lighting a cigarette. But then he wondered, why is he that tall? Why is there a 9-foot tall guy lighting a cigarette? Like, and that inspired me. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna draw a 9-foot tall creature lighting a cigarette. I have a picture of it here. And it was very dark. You couldn't even see your hand.
Ooh.
Tall guy, top hat, cigarette in his hand.
I kind of like your art style, you know, where it's like kind of monsters and not really human.
Thank you. Yeah, this is the drawing. He has a lighter, a cigarette in his hand, and a top hat, just to make it more creepy.
And what about you two?
When it comes to my art, I usually just make stories on my own based on like music because I don't really use real examples. But when it comes to music, I'll create a certain scene in my head on how it's supposed to draw. Then I create a little story from there.
I would say since I take bits and pieces of inspiration around me, I don't really have much of stories behind mine. So not very.
What advice would you oh, I already said that. Go.
Describe a piece of art that would perfectly capture the spirit of our school.
I mean, I guess I could say my art could represent the school and based on like pictures of people supporting the school, like cheerleaders, I would show how much like school spirit and stuff like my drawing would represent because of their facial expressions, how happy they look, how their position is. And so I guess I could say my art would show.
I don't really know if I could do it because my art style is based off bits and pieces. But this school has a very unique, I would say, like style to it. And I don't know if I could capture that in the art.
Have you ever had challenges in your art elective, and how did you overcome them?
My challenge was watercoloring. water painting because I am not good with colors, and I sometimes like I just don't like using water because sometimes it can really mess up the painting if you do it wrong. And I think because of the watercolor painting we did, I understand on how to use it more and how to use colors and depths more because of that. And it's a really big challenge for me.
Me personally, I would say since we're doing portraits, that was a bit of a challenging, that is a bit of a challenging subject for me because my art style isn't really based off realistic and I'm not very good with like human facial features. So just the shading and all the features I wasn't very good at, but I just kept going at it and believed in myself and I'm doing pretty good now.
I'm gonna have to agree with Emily and Susie. I can't draw realistic people. I could probably do them like in a comic style, but when it comes to capturing like the facial features and shadows, it's like it doesn't work for me. In watercolor, I've been drawing with pencil and pen and charcoal for so long. When it comes to trying something new, it's like it's not easy for me because I'm still, like I said, trapped in my art style.
Yeah. What's your favorite piece of art that you made? And if you have it on you, could you show us?
Mine, it was I looked at comic artist Jim Lee. He drew Batman, and I really liked the way he captured it. And I tried to recreate it, and I think I did a pretty good job. And I do a color pencil too. I think I have a picture. It was in my old sketchbook, but I finished that one, so I started a new one.
Damn, that's pretty good.
It's inspired by a comic artist.
One of my personal favorite drawings is of some type of lady who is tatted up and she's looking behind her with her jacket sagging down. I like it personally because I like how many details I added and how it looks in general and how the anatomy doesn't look as bad as I usually would consider it. It looks like it's something a real person could actually do, but I don't have that drawing on me right now.
Let's do our final question now.
Imagine you have superpowers related to
We already
art.
did that.
If you could create a public art installation for our community, what would it be?
Public art drawing. For a public art drawing, I think I would just draw the most bizarre creature I possibly can and tell people don't limit yourself. Just express who you are and how you feel through art. Because drawing or painting any form of art, it really is a part of you because when you're drawing and when you're doing art, you can really express who you are and how you feel.
I think one public painting or drawing I would do is a cheery and happy person who's full of color, surrounded by a gray world, showing that no matter how gray or dark the world can get, you don't have to match the world. You can be your own colors.
I would say if I had to choose for a public drawing that I would let people do, I would say like make yourself into like a creature of some kind of however you see yourself, whether mythological or just from your own mind. But like just create yourself however you see yourself.
Yes.
Well, I guess that wraps it up. Thank you for being on our podcast.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, it was nice to be here.
Today, with the musicians of the school, may you please say your name?
Daisy. Valentina.
Benjamin.
What instrument do you play and why did you choose it?
I play the violin, and I chose it because it's a cool instrument.
I play the violin, and I chose it because it looks very cool.
I played the trumpet, and I chose it because it was loud.
Describe your practice routine and any tips you have for staying motivated.
I only practice what I need to practice.
I start off by taking it slow, and if I do any errors or or struggling, what I struggle in most, I practice that, and yeah.
Can you share a challenging piece that you're working on right now and how you're tackling it?
Doors lots.
Challenging
Because-
piece that I'm playing right now is Spanish lullaby and how the notes are supposed to be played slowly.
Yeah. Yes.
Imagine you could collaborate with any musician living or dead. Who would it be and why?
The Weeknd. I love The Weeknd.
And why?
Because he's him.
I don't really know.
Kanye West.
Oh, I like Kanye West. What's your favorite songs for level? Will you continue doing band in high school?
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna do it as my 1 year of art, but that's all.
Who's your best friend in band?
Oh, Angelina Sanchez.
Melina Kimberly.
Alfonso Hernandez.
I have two best friends. It's Angel Sanchez and Angelina Sanchez. They're my brother and sister.
Oh, what advice would you give to someone that wants to join orchestra and band?
You want to join this? Join it.
To be mentally ready.
To practice. What advice would you give to your younger self about learning an instrument? To stay motivated and keep working hard.
To practice.
So basic.
How do you feel music affects your mood or emotions? Can you share an example?
When it's kind of hard to play a piece, you kind of get frustrated.
What she said.
Yeah. If you had to play any other instrument in band, what would it be and why?
I've always wanted to play the cello.
The big,
Yeah, because I don't know. I've always
The
found it.
big one is the bass.
the bass.
The big one,
Yeah,
that's a
the
bass. The smaller one is a cello. But I wanted to play the cello because it just seems cool.
Probably the viola or the cello because the cello is big and it sounds cool.
Percussion, because you can run stuff from it.
What are some of the unique traditions or rituals your band has?
Huh? Yeah.
Sophia, aren't you, man?
Yeah, aren't you?
Parker, aren't you, man?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, Parker. What instruments do you guys play?
Both Sophia and I play percussion.
Puppy. Oh, show what
should,
show them how you play because you be okay, bro.
Yeah, Sophia's like this.
the video I tried.
Sophia.
That was one.
That was more than one.
Shut up,
You play at every concert.
You should pull out the video tonight. No.
Don't be embarrassed, Sophia.
Okay.
Sophia, your
Tell
drumsticks are
him,
right
tell him,
behind you.
Sophia, you're talking about
Lucky.
Yeah, my phone. Okay, anyways.
How does your band prepare for big performances like concerts or marching band shows?
We do rehearsals after school.
We have after school rehearsals to prepare for any
Hello,
type of concert. So yeah,
And we had the sheet where that's what how many minutes we practiced.
we obviously don't fake it.
Bro, I'm probably done doing house of clear.
Okay, bro. Now we're calling myself back.
If you could create a new instrument, what would it sound like and how would it be played?
There's a lot of instruments. That's a good question. I don't quite know.
Or like a circle or string. That's like when you click them, they sound like really big. Pretty.
But that's already.
They're kind of like a brain type that makes music.
Yes.
How about you, Brendan?
¿Sabes, Fenderman? ¿Te gusta mi madre?
Oh, I guess.
Um,
Um,
Describe the funniest or most memorable moment you had with your bandmates. Probably today when Mystic today he puts on like it went blind all the way to TV.
already told us that.
what about yours, that you think around?
The funniest? Funniest? Oh, it wasn't with my.
Has to be here.
But that's all. But like, it was with like you guys. It wasn't with us. But it was when that one kid fell off the stage. He just stepped into like and he just fell.
What about you, Benjamin?
When Sophia keeps getting yelled at for playing the wrong notes.
Okay, bro. Yeah. With the triangle? How do you do that with the triangle? I don't. Oh, because I don't know how
You can't even play the bass.
Okay, bro, we're just gonna cut that out.
No, we're not.
Yes, we are. No, we're not. Yes, we are.
No, we're not.
Sophia's face is turning.
Checking red the birth panda.
Is there anything you wish people knew about your instrument or the band experience?
It's really hard to learn how to play an instrument. But like me personally, I would say stringed instruments are harder to learn to play.
But it gets better with time.
Yeah, it does get fun. But it's because you have to like tune them and everything. You have to like touch the strings, and if you tune it like from the top, the string pops.
Does anybody play piano? I play piano.
No, you
Yes, I
can't even read music.
No, partner.
Virtual piano.
Yep. You're on the what's that one app on the piano and the guitar? Simple piano. Yeah. No one's such important as that. How does band like connects with teamwork?
Because we all have to be together
And do this to each other.
at times. Yeah.
Like you guys have to like play at the same time. Kind of.
Yeah, and then we have to listen to each other to make sure that none of us are like not playing too early or playing.
Well, but like, what if you guys make a mistake?
Oh, well, you just keep on playing. Like,
And then we got to fix it.
yeah, it has to be fixed while you're playing.
Will you get in trouble, Mr. Mayor?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Participate in any competitions or performance you're proud of? If so, share them.
Yes, last year we got best on festival. We got superior.
Oh yeah. Actually, it was anonymous.
Anonymous. No.
Unanimous.
Unanimous superior. Sophia. Anonymous.
And then we get excellent.
Oh, we got excellent. That's
Yeah.
bad.
That's bad.
Yeah. Why are you
Bro,
wearing a
at least-
costume pass?
At least you guys will get.
I think she has to go potty, guys.
I think that band is gonna do really good in festival. Yeah, I can't say the same.
You ripped it. No,
What's your favorite type of music to play in band or orchestra?
I'm very soft music.
Okay.
I just like it. Like I don't like to play. I don't like to play it loud. Yeah, but like we do play a lot of loud music though. Huh? Like
Looks like marches.
but we're gonna keep you out.
I'm carrying you guys. I don't know what you mean.
ask another question.
I got you. That's all I you.
Okay, I think we're done now. Thank you so much.
The comments.
No problem.
Eagle time. You hear it? It's coming. Eagle time, Eagle time, Eagle time, Eagle. Eagle time, 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 Eagle. Eagle time, 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 Eagle. Eagle time, 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 Eagle. Eagle time, Eagle time, Eagle time, Eagle time. Eagle time, Eagle time. You hear it?